Alright, everyone, good morning. Today is Thursday, June 26th, 2025, at 10:26. And today we have our day one outlook to look at today. So, today we have a small slight risk. Oh, Lord. Okay, sorry about that. I had to change that. But anyhow, so today we have a slight risk for parts of Wisconsin, parts of Minnesota, and parts of Iowa. Um, we have two marginal risk areas. We'll go over the small one first. We have one over here mainly in Montana, but also in parts of North Dakota. And we do also have this marginal risk that extends from Texas into through Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, parts of Nebraska, Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York State, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, West Virginia, Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Mississippi, Florida, Alabama, and looks like parts of Arkansas and parts of Louisiana do have a marginal risk area today. So we do have a pretty busy day of marginal risks. So unfortunately, the areas in the green, including my area, is under marginal risk again. My area for the second day in a row. So we have Madison, Rochester, Waterloo, Eau Claire, and Dubuque under the slight, and Chicago, Philadelphia, Detroit, Columbus, and Baltimore having a marginal risk. So let's go ahead and see what we've got. So we have a 5% tornado risk for parts of Wisconsin, parts of Minnesota, and parts of Iowa. Basically, those same three states also have a 2% that just goes a little bit farther. So we do have those 2% for parts of Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Iowa, and it looks like it just hits a teeny tiny little bit of Illinois for the 2%. So we have those areas under the 2%. So we have Madison, Rochester, Waterloo, Dubuque, and La Crosse under the 5%, and Appleton, Waukesha, Oshkosh, Eau Claire, and Janesville under the 2%. So we do have, for the 5%, we have the possibility of a brief EF1 tornado possible. And for the 2%, we have a brief EF0 tornado possible. So please be mindful, even though they're on the low threats, they could still produce a tornado. So please be mindful and look out for the skies. And today's wind outlook, we have a 15% for parts of Wisconsin, to parts of Minnesota, and parts of Iowa there too. We also have 5% for parts of Montana and North Dakota. And we also have a 5% extending from Texas through Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, Nebraska, Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, Ohio, New York State, Pennsylvania, Delaware, New Jersey, Maryland, West Virginia, Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, a little bit of Arkansas, and parts of Louisiana also have the 5% wind risk. So we do have areas under the wind risk today. So we have Madison, Rochester, Waterloo, Eau Claire, and La Crosse under the 15%, and Chicago, Philadelphia, Detroit, Columbus, and Baltimore having a 5%. So for the 15% area, we could see 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts possible in the 5% area. Or excuse me, in the 15% area. In the 5% area, could see 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts possible. So, that is going to be possible for you today. Pardon me as I had to change that again. So today we have a hail risk here that extends from, we have a 5% hail risk that extends from Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee, South Carolina, North Carolina, Kentucky, West Virginia, Maryland, DC, and Delaware and Pennsylvania, and just a little bit of New Jersey having that 5%. I kept excluding DC out of the wind risk, so DC does have the wind risk and the hail risk as well. So, anyway, we've got parts of Baltimore, Charlotte, Washington, D.C., Virginia Beach, and Atlanta having the 5%. So those areas of the 5%, we could see 1 to 2 inch diameter hail could be possible. Maybe it might be a little bit larger, so I would say 2.5, but 1 to 2 inch diameter hail should be possible at all times. So anyway, let's see what the summary does say for today. It says, a few tornadoes and isolated wind damage will be possible this afternoon from northern Iowa into southwest Minnesota into southwest Wisconsin. Isolated wind damage will be possible across a broad area of the eastern plains, Ohio Valley, mid-Atlantic, and the southwest and Montana. Southeast and Montana. So, we have a pretty big area of the country being under a severe risk today. So, there's today's hail risk. There's today's wind risk. There's today's tornado risk. And there's today's day 1 outlook. So I do really hope that you stay weather aware and stay safe. And yes, Washington, D.C., I did not forget about you until the end of the video. So, Washington, D.C., we do have the marginal for you. And yes, so please remain weather aware and remain safe. Even though we are in the marginal risk, so even if you are in the marginal risk, you never know what these storms could do in the marginal risks. As I experienced yesterday, that the storms can sometimes do crazy stuff in the marginals. But anyway, I hope you stay weather aware and stay safe. And Johnny Thunder EAS and weather will be filling in for me for the day 2 outlook. So anyway, I hope you stay weather aware and stay safe and take care. And I will see you tomorrow for tomorrow's outlook. In the meantime, take care.